From the Sony Pictures Studios, this is Jeopardy!
Hi, everyone, and welcome to our game. Let's see what the categories are for this first round of play.
Business biggies. Required reading. Holidays and observances. The Bible. 4-letter words. Observatories. Go ahead, player one.
It's pretty apparent this is the beneficiary of a will.
Player one. Yes, indeed.
All right, pick again.
Groucho said he wouldn't belong to one that would accept him as a member.
Player two.
Right you are.
Your choice, player two.
According to Matthew, Mark, and Luke, this Baptist was imprisoned before Jesus began his ministry.
Player two. Yes.
All right, pick again.
His mother used pitch to waterproof the basket in which she set him upon the Nile.
All right, pick again.
On this holiday in 1929, Al Capone's gang killed several members of Bugs Moran's gang.
Player three.
That's correct.
Contestant three, it's your turn.
The French exchanged gifts on this day, which they call Le Jour de l'An.
Player two. Yes.
Player two, what'll it...
The crop of a bird. Something may get stuck in yours.
Player three.
Exactly.
Player three, you choose.
Called Big Blue, it controlled nearly 80% of the computer market in the 1960s and 1970s.
Player one. I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Player two. That's it.
What'll it be, player two?
This world's largest car rental company grew out of a Chicago concern with 12 Model Ts.
Player three. That's it.
Player three, you choose.
This Jonathan Swift sailor makes 4 fantastic voyages.
Anybody?
Here is the correct response. It's your turn, player.
HSY is the New York Stock Exchange symbol for this confectioner.
Player 2? You are correct.
Player 2, your turn.
In 1986, capital cities bought this television network for $3.5 billion.
Here is the correct response.
Player 2, what?
Hercules, a Delaware-based chemical maker, spun off from this company in 1912.
Anyone?
Here is the correct response.
What'll it be, Player 2?
His first converts in Corinth were Stephanus and his household.
Player 2? No, too bad.
Anybody? All right, contestant 2.
In 1915, President Wilson proclaimed this holiday as the second Sunday in May.
Player 1?
Yes, indeed.
Player 1?
It's celebrated as an International Labor Day, as well as a spring festival.
Player 3?
That's correct.
Player 3, it's your turn.
September 10 is St. George's Key Day in this Central American country.
Player 3? Exactly. You're in first place all by yourself. All right, pick again.
Located on Salisbury Plain, Wiltshire, England, it may have been built as early as 2800 BC.
Player 2?
Why, yes.
Player 2?
At the Paris Observatory in the 1670s, the speed of this was calculated at 140,000 miles per second.
Player 1?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Player 3? Yes. Your choice, Player 3.
With a 40-inch lens, a telescope at the Yerkes Observatory in Wisconsin is the largest of this type.
Player 1?
Oh, I'm sorry, that's wrong. Anyone?
Player 3?
That's correct.
All right, pick again.
This Pasadena Institute operates the Big Bear Solar Observatory in California.
Here is the correct response. All right, pick again.
The world's largest reflector telescope is the 236-inch unit at Zelenchukskaya in this Russian mountain range.
Player 3. Correct.
All right, pick again.
A long story chronicling the history of a family, like the Forsytes.
Player 1.
No, that's incorrect. There's a lot of game left, so hang in there.
Anyone?
Here is the correct response. All right, pick again.
One book calls it the classic novel about a scientific experiment to create a man-made human.
Player 3.
To be sure. All right, pick again.
The beautiful Rebecca is carried off by Sir Brian de Bois Gilbert in this Sir Walter Scott classic.
Player 3.
That's correct. All right, pick again.
Absolutely, absolutely, his Absalom Absalom should be on the list.
All right, pick again.
Richard Wright's tale of Bigger Thomas, a black youth raised in a Chicago slum.
Anyone?
All right, pick again.
Someone who's described as Nasut has a large one of these features.
Player 1.
Exactly. Your choice, player 1.
This name for the site of the final cosmic battle appears only in Revelation chapter 16, verse 16.
Anybody?
Here is the correct response.
And to finish the board,
Answer, nearly double. Player 1, please make your wager.
The 8th book of the Old Testament is named for this loyal Moabite widow.
Player 1.
Why, yes.
Well, that brings us to the end of the first.
Let's look at the total scores so far.
All right, it's time for Double Jeopardy. And now the categories for the Double Jeopardy round.
The Summer Olympics. Short stories. X, Y, Z. All in quotation marks. The 1550s. The human body. Around the world. Contestant 1, get us going.
Abbreviated TB, this disease is characterized by lesions in the lung tissue.
Player 1. Correct.
All right, pick again.
The human body contains many of these. Some are hinge, some are saddle, some are pivot types.
Player 1.
Why, yes. All right, pick again.
Blood leaves the heart from ventricles and enters the heart through these chambers.
Player 3. That's right.
Player 3.
Humayun, the second Mughal emperor of this country, died in 1556, 6 months after recapturing his empire.
Player 2.
That's it.
Player 2, it's your turn.
This Mexican resort city, famous for its cliff divers, was founded in 1550.
Here is the correct response.
Your choice, Player 2.
It's the single-celled organism that makes bread rise.
Player 1. Yes, indeed.
Player 1, what'll it be?
This vitamin, produced when the skin is exposed to sunlight, is toxic in excess.
Player 1. Yes.
All right, pick again.
These corpuscles are named for their shape rather than for their color.
Player 2. No, I'm sorry. Anyone? Player 3.
Yes, indeed. Player 3, your turn.
His The Gift of the Magi is the story of Della and James Dillingham Young.
Player 2.
Right you are.
Player 2, your turn.
Among the members of the Glass family in his stories are Buddy, Seymour, Franny, and Zooey.
Anybody?
Player 2, your turn.
The name of these South American mountains may be derived from Ante, a Quechuan word for east.
Player 3.
That's wrong.
Player 1. Right you are.
Okay, contestant 1.
It's caused by drowsiness or acute boredom. A polite person tries to stifle it.
Player one.
That's it, exactly. All right, pick again.
The Malamute was so important in this Canadian territory's history that it's on the territorial flag.
Here is the correct response. All right, pick again.
Kishiarsha was the old Persian name of this old Persian king.
All right, pick again.
The two countries that border Zambia that fit the category.
Player three. That's it.
Player three, your turn.
One of two Spinks brothers to win gold medals in boxing at the 1976 Olympic Games.
Player three.
Why, yes. You've got a commanding lead. All right, pick again.
On July 28, 1996, the USA's Charles Austin set the Olympic record in this event with a leap of 7 feet 10 inches.
Player one. No, I'm sorry.
All right, pick again.
In 1976, Hungary's Miklos Nemeth threw this farther than any field apparatus in Olympic history, 310 feet 4 inches.
Player one. Right you are.
What'll it be, player one? The answer is a video daily double. Player one, please make your wager.
Then with the Phoenix Suns, he was a member of the USA's Dream Team in both 1992 and 1996.
Take a look at your monitor.
Player one. Right you are.
All right, pick again.
In 1984, he became the first man in 56 years to win the springboard and platform diving events in one Olympics.
Player two.
To be sure. It's your turn, player two.
This French astrologer completed The Centuries, a book of more than 900 predictions.
Player two.
Why, yes. All right, pick again.
People from this country settled at Macau in 1557.
Anybody?
All right, pick again.
The collected short stories of this Ship of Fools author won the National Book Award and the Pulitzer Prize.
Player two.
Exactly. All right, pick again.
Sredni Vashtar is a macabre story by Hector Hugh Munro, who wrote under this pseudonym.
Player 2.
Right you are.
All right, pick again.
The Lottery is the best-known short story by this woman who wrote the novel The Haunting of Hill House.
Here is the correct response. All right, pick again.
She was Queen of England for 9 days in 1553 and was beheaded in 1554.
Player 2. To be sure. All right, pick again.
Women of India often drape the end of this wrapped garment over their heads.
Player 2. That's it exactly. All right, pick again. Answer, $40. Player 2, your wager, please.
Almost all Bedouins in the Middle East speak this language.
Player 2.
That's it.
All right, pick again.
This grain is Laos' chief agricultural product.
Player 2.
Good guess, but that's incorrect, unfortunately. Anyone?
Here is the correct response.
And to finish the board,
Queen's University, one of the 2 universities in Northern Ireland, is in this capital city.
Player 1.
Regrettably, no. That's the end of Double Jeopardy.
Let's take a look at the scores.
Let's see what our category is for Final Jeopardy.
authors.
Player 1, please make your wager. Player 3, could we have your wager, please? Player 2, your wager, please. All right, here's the answer. Good luck.
Let's see how everyone did.
Thanks, Johnny. Player 1, let's take a look at your question. That's right. And your wager was? That takes you into second place. Your question, Player 3. Sorry, that's incorrect. Let's see how much it cost you. Yeah, you'll get them next time. Player 2, let's take a look at your question. No, I'm sorry. What's that going to cost you?
Congratulations, Player 1. You're the Jeopardy champion.
Thanks for playing Jeopardy. Hope you had a good time. So long, everyone.